Hello, welcome back to Story Reckless. I'm Nathan, I'm the DM, and I use he, him pronouns, and Claire is laughing and chuckling about something. I don't know. That's me, though. Let's do some player introductions.
My name's Claire. My pronouns are they, them. I'm playing Gadam, half-elf grave cleric. And I was chuckling because every time we go live, all of these really annoying and funny teasing thoughts go through my head as like, I'm gonna start the show. But then I don't because I care about Nathan.
Like you'll just start the show without telling me kind of thing, or...
Yeah, like I'll just jump on top of your intro and say something very random, or even just like relating to the previous conversation.
I too feel this impulse, Claire.
Oh my God. Well, thanks for restraining yourselves. I do
You're
appreciate it. But yeah, player intros if you don't mind.
Oh, did Claire already go? I think it's me now. My name is Olive. I use she and they pronouns, and I will be playing Calliope, Air Genasi Artificer, and old lady who just found her old friends. Isn't that nice? Let's just hang out here.
Hi, I'm Enyo, they, them pronouns, playing Pip, an alchemist who is hitting on Calliope's old friends.
Yes, indeed. Old friends have been found, and new ones have been made, maybe? But let's do a quick little recap and then get to it, shall we?
That sounded like a recap. Old friends have been found and new friends have been made, maybe.
I mean, actually, though, yeah. Last time you all were getting ready to take a rest, but due to some kind of pressure from Feria, the priestess in the underground crypt where you found all the survivors, she was asking if you could go and search for any remaining survivors deep within the crypt. So you went out and searched and found numerous dead bodies, some still moving and twitching. And upon coming into one of the main crypts where the high priests from the past have been interred, you found all of their sarcophagus popped open, their remains spilled out on the floor, whatever they had on them spilled out on the floor, and discovered Calliope's old friend and mentor, Glim Gimbal, this small gnomish man, artificer, who seemed to have gone through and one by one popped open each of these sarcophagus in search of something. He was on the final one asking for your help, and you all pitched in your various ways. It took quite a bit, but you managed to pop it open, and lo and behold, within there was a dead body that was not dead. Big surprise. A small fight broke out, and upon defeating the undead, Glim grabbed the items that were adorning this dead priest, a set of bracers and a chained necklace that was housing some sort of gem, a yellow gold gem. As you all left, Kadam heard some faint whimpering coming from a chamber off to the side, and Kadam went to investigate and found two survivors that were huddled up in a corner. Gathering everybody up, you head back towards the main crypt where the rest of the survivors are staying. And that is where we're going to pick up. I don't think we necessarily have to go room by room for this. If you all want to just be back in that crypt, we can just be back there. Unless you wanted to do anything else before heading back.
I'm looking at the map, and it has just some architectural oddities, like hallways just kind of like turn and then like go back to where they were. It would be so much more efficient if they were straight. I don't know.
I don't know what to tell you.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
These crypts would be so much more efficient. Don't they think of the like floor layout? Oh my god. Okay. Let's do a quick loop through the rest of the crypt. I think it might loop around. If we go up to the north there, does it
Sure. Yeah, you can
reconnect
You can absolutely
symmetrically?
You can absolutely
Yeah.
go up
there
to
we
the
go.
north,
Cool.
revealing that it does indeed loop around and connect symmetrically.
Why are you so desperate
actually,
for symmetry?
that does. There's one room you have not seen as you move past this room here. It does look to be. It looks to be another crypt housing bodies that are like meticulously wrapped. The only kind of thing that maybe catches your attention as you move past is you don't see any holy symbols kind of adorning the various alcoves like you have in the other areas. Whether you stop to investigate or not is entirely up to you, but if you want to just continue moving forward. Okay. And
I'm glad to go and sit down.
and eventually winding your way back, hopefully the dice gods are kinder to Kadam. You winding your way back, you find yourself back in the main crypt. Feria sort of sits up. There's a ripple that goes through the crowd, and you see those two individuals that Kadam found being led in. As some of the individuals within that crowd kind of quickly stand up and go running towards them to embrace them. Feria thanks you all for at least finding some, and basically just finds out through conversation. I'm assuming you tell her what you found. Although, do you tell her what Glim was doing? I guess Glim is sitting there, kind of walking in with the stuff on. It's like. Feria, I just kind of lost you there in the shuffle. I was going out looking for some help, and I think I did manage to find some things here that, I knew would be accessible. And she goes, oh, well, that's good. We could use all the help we could get. But thank you all very much for everything you've done. It's very sad to see that only 2 made it. That was all you could find.
Well, we found other fresh bodies.
I understand.
And I don't necessarily want to play this out, but Kadam would totally be down to bring the bodies back so that people can identify the dead and, that kind of thing.
Absolutely, yeah. That will definitely take time. You won't be able to jump straight into rest, but you can probably gather up some help. And you get a little crowd together and you all head out and start gathering the fresh bodies, and probably over a period of honestly probably close to 2 hours of just gathering bodies and identifying them and placing them into...
Can I have someone else help that?
Yeah, I was gonna say Big Dummy could carry a load of them.
Okay.
Bring out your dead.
I know. Okay, yeah. With everybody pitching in, you can reduce it down to an hour of getting all the bodies in here, identifying them, and placing them to rest. And yeah, we don't have to play the whole thing out. There is definitely that... it is a dark scene in here regardless. And despite bringing in the freshly dead, there is almost a certain amount of relief from some individuals. Just knowing that, knowing what befell those that they were close to.
Maybe let's have the morgue be not in the living space, though. I'm just thinking of
absolutely
feng shui. We're in a crypt. It's kind of the whole thing that crypts do, right? Sure, we can find. I don't know.
I feel like technically the living is in the dead space right now, so
that's fair.
But absolutely, Leah, let's just put up a sheet or something.
Okay, so you separate the bodies into a separate area, and have that all taken care of. But you settle down here in the crypt. What would you like to do?
Sit.
You can do that.
I'm going to smoke and pull out the knitting that I haven't touched in probably a month or two, and unravel the booties that I was making for the twins
Yeah,
who were born a while ago now,
I know. Yeah.
and start crocheting a little dummy.
Crocheting a little dummy? Okay. Okay. So you start to is this almost like it's like a knitted puppet essentially, like a little doll?
Yeah, it's just gonna be a little doll,
Okay. Okay.
little floppy doll,
Oh, that's so cute.
green and purple, like because those are the colors I have.
Okay. Yeah, you start doing that and get to work on that. Anyone else?
Pip goes over to Kadam and is just like, "Can I bum a smoke off you?"
Of course, I only have one pipe, but if you don't mind sharing.
No. A little bit of intimacy never hurt anybody.
Have a seat.
Those little booties you're making.
Oh, I am unmaking them.
All right. Is this isn't going to be homunculus, is it?
Well, I thought it might be.
Because we can help. We can animate this, I'm sure. I'm sure we can make it happen.
I thought I would give it to Clappy, seeing his little dummy disintegrated earlier.
Rest in peace, little dummy. I completely forgot because I still have mine.
Right, you do, and it is. It's been a long day.
Little Gilder climbs out.
That's right, little Gilder. I feed him some glitter.
It's seemingly just like a little vacuum gets sucked into somewhere.
I'm sure Calliope will appreciate it.
I think so.
So is this what you do for fun?
Knit, sometimes, sure. Well, crochet, I suppose. Yeah, I crochet, I clean, talk with people.
You truly are the most wholesome person I've ever met.
You're not the first to say that.
How do you do it? How do you care so much about others?
Oh. Well, it feels good to. I mean...
I'm sorry, continue.
How do I care? I see what other people are experiencing, or they tell me about it, and it ain't what I'm experiencing necessarily, and so I get curious and want to know more or want to experience it with them, I guess.
I understand the curiosity.
And I don't know, it feels good to have other people feel good because of you.
Does it though? It really does. Really, truly.
May I ask you a personal question?
You may ask.
So when I assume that you and Sylvira had sex. Is that I'll say for
Well, that's very blunt, but yes.
Yeah. So I hear that generally it is a mutual activity.
Generally?
Yeah, so
Pip has not given the pipe back in a while.
That's all right. It is just tobacco, so you know. So when you and Sylvira were having sex, wasn't that collaborative, right? Like you were giving and taking. And when you were given that weren't just for yourself, I imagine.
Right, but this isn't the same thing as going through the crypt and gathering dead bodies so that people can, like, identify them. This is a very different situation. Like, I understand what you're saying here, but it's very difficult for me to equate the two.
Oh. All right. I don't really know what to say to that.
What? I appreciate you trying to honestly answer this question.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you.
Come on, lie to me. Just try it.
I have blue eyes.
My God, you do. Oh, I just lied. Damn it. I was doing so well.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, do I have to roll wisdom save?
Probably. Nathan's in chat.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Sorry, what? Do you have to what?
That's all.
Sorry, do you have to...
DM didn't hear the lie. It didn't
Just
happen.
lied.
You lied?
Okay, so I did,
you lied.
Like,
Oh my God. What did? Yeah, you did. Did you actually just lie? Oh my God. Sorry. Hold on. Oh no. I didn't have that note up. I think it's a wisdom save. Make a wisdom save.
It is. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Oh,
Wait,
I
why
rolled a
did it-
4.
why
I
did
rolled
it
a
roll
4. I don't know
twice?
why it hit. I don't know why it rolled twice.
What was the lie?
I just agreed that Kadam had blue eyes. It was a really stupid lie.
That feels. I don't know if that counts. That's such like. I guess it does.
It doesn't count as a lie. It was all in joke. It was a jest. Pip is like talking to, I don't know, her inner demon, or I guess maybe Gargoth, just asking Gargoth, like, does this count as a lie?
As you look back towards the down to the shield and say that, the voice bubbles up in your head. I have no idea. I was not listening.
What kind of useless devil are you if you're not listening to my every thought?
I have no need to listen to this benign, idiotic conversation.
All right, it was nice talking to you.
How is Gargelf? How are you in Gargelf?
We're not talking, not really.
You're not
I mean,
talking.
I don't think we've really actually had much of a. I haven't succumbed to the thrill. I haven't made a deal yet
All right.
or anything. Do you think I should? Kadam, you are my moral compass. Literally. I need to have an external one, clearly.
Yeah, again, you ain't the first person to tell me that. I think for you personally, it would be best if you didn't. I think there may be benefit for more people if you do, but I certainly ain't certain about that. Ultimately, it is your own choice.
All right, so you've told me that it feels good to help people, and that if I make a pact with this devil, then I'll help people.
You might.
I might help people. We'll sleep on it. Literally sleep on it. Pip kind of hands the pipe back.
Actually, while I have you here and away from all of the Elturelians, I wanted to pass something by you as someone who don't seem terribly religious.
I definitely am not.
Great. This Helm of Torm's sight that Ravengard went after.
The one that lets you speak to God or something.
Yeah, that one. I'm uncertain. All right, first of all, I'm uncertain that the helm would actually do what people say it does, just because I do not trust anything that has been like in the possession of Thavius Krieg. Secondly, I'm not sure that Torm cares about Elturel. He weren't there for them 50 years ago when they were being attacked by the undead. He didn't respond to Krieg's prayers.
So why would he help now?
Exactly.
It seems like a bit of a long shot to put all of your faith in this Torm.
Torm ain't... He ain't the kindest of gods. He's very, noble and he's a rich person's god. He's a rich person's god who goes out and like thinks that war is all glorious. Maybe that's just biased me against him, but
Yeah, it sounds like you have a chip on your shoulder about Torm. Or is it rich people?
well, Torm, not him specifically, like Torm, Tyr, Helm, Lathander, they're all very bright. Like, they only care about those who they only care about the rulers and those who have power already and who consider themselves to be righteous. There's a Lathandrian children's hymn that goes, all things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, Lathander loves them all. And I've always thought, well, what about the dark and ugly things? What about the stupid and unremarkable ones? Like, who's taking care of them?
Well, you are, I guess.
Yeah, but I ain't a god.
Not yet.
Oh, gods, clap. Pip.
That's okay, we're both short.
Well, you're only a couple inches shorter than me, ain't you?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, we're all short.
But yeah, so I'm concerned about the helm itself. I'm also concerned that Ravengard ain't actually my Ravengard, because I've been talking or trying to talk to him a couple times, and all I've gotten have been like screams and wind whooshing past, and
that's not what you usually get, right?
no, it ain't. I've been able to talk to Calliope, or God, I keep saying Calliope.
Okay, everybody's
Valor.
Calliope now.
Just fine. I don't know if it's him. I feel like Ravengard's, I don't know, being tortured or something.
Is there anything you can do to check?
I could reach out one more time. Maybe something's changed now that I'm in Avernus too.
It's worth a try. I feel like we should get somebody who knows more about this kind of stuff. Make an experiment out of it.
I can do it.
Well, I'm interested in hearing what happens. And I want to help. But snatches the pipe back.
I will pass the pipe back over.
I'll help however I can, I guess.
Thank
It's
you.
so lonely, not caring, you know?
It's so lonely, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
done.
imagine.
I'm done with this.
It can hurt, Karen. But it's a clean pain.
Hold you to it.
And I will cast Sending to Duke Uldar Ravengard.
Okay. What do you say?
Sir, if you are able to respond, do so.
Okay.
Are you at cemetery? We have reinforcements. Information and ideas. Currently in High Hall.
Okay. I'll look something up.
Will he pick up?
You So, as you release the spell, and there's kind of a long pause, and you do start to hear that familiar sort of like rushing wind and static almost. But something does seem to break through. You swear you start to hear words. There are... What languages do you speak again?
Common, Elvish, Gnomish, and Celestial.
Okay. You start to hear what seems to be celestial words breaking through. The words are kind of incoherent, not really meaning much. You just get like phrases and pieces of almost like affirmations or something, you know, like the word for hope drifts through, the word for resilience, honor, things like that. But it's this almost like whispered babble of and suddenly those words sort of transition into a language that you do not understand, that is very different from Celestial, and it starts to that screaming sensation starts to build and become louder within the phrases that are coming back, until eventually it just cuts off.
All right. I got a bit more. Still the static and wind, but I wonder if he's under like mental attack or something. And is trying to resist? I don't know.
I don't know what mental attack sounds like.
Me either. But he speaks Celestial, I guess. The other language, was it Infernal? Like, did it have the
It wasn't
same
Infernal.
cadence? No, okay. Well, I don't know.
Make a religion check, Kadam.
Okay, 17.
Okay. Trying to think of where in your life you would have come across this. Can you think of anywhere that Kadam would have come across anything about the lower planes in general?
I mean, it probably would have been in association with, like, Dad talking about Ilmater and, like, this. I mean, yeah, it would be in association with Ilmater, probably, or elven deities. Those are, like...
Okay. Then we'll say that probably in one of your dad's stories, he was talking about, sure, the blood war in its most basic kind of like almost like poetic version, right? Just like not really going into the details, and some of the key characters in that would have been referenced, being the devils on the one side, being the forces of evil law essentially, and then the demons being the forces of chaotic evil. Names like, what would be some demonic names that would be known widely? Probably like Orcus and Demogorgon, Baphomet. And hearing those names being spoken, the other language that kind of crept in at the end, you feel like it may have been abyssal based on the little phrases that you got throughout. So I'd say you don't have 100% certainty, but it definitely wasn't infernal, and it reminded you of some of those stories your dad told when he would refer to the demons.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I don't know if that, like, changes my opinion on whether or not this is the real Raven Guard who's heading to the chapel, but...
Let's work under the assumption that it isn't. Safer that way.
Safer, yeah.
Is there anything that Raven Guard, that only that Raven Guard would know?
I mean, I've never been alone with him, certainly. We've only exchanged a few dozen words. He's the Grand Duke. I ain't even a citizen. Like, the fact that we've even laid eyes on each other is remarkable.
I tend to forget that not everybody tries to pry their deepest, darkest secrets out of heads of state.
Yeah, that's never been a goal of mine.
We'll stay on the lookout. Keep on our toes. Or whose. What have you.
Should we call everyone over and talk about what we want to do next, or should we rest? Like, actually, I could use a nap.
You take a nap.
Calliope, what are you doing while this is happening?
I have gone back to Petra, I think, and am so drained where it's just like a half thought plan that like just kind of like escapes her as she gets like distracted or like thinks about like a piece to move on the chessboard. Then I should run by that by Glim. Where's my notes? Where's my notes? And like usually like all that manic energy that works really well when like she has the energy to kind of pull things off. When she's like this, it's just nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even like spinning in the mud. It's just kind of like melancholically like rocking back and forth in the mud.
I think as you are kind of looking for your notes and having a hard time finding them, Petra just gently leans over and pulls out your notebook that was just kind of like off to one side and it fallen out of a pocket.
Thank you. Yeah, of course.
Are you all right, Calliope? I mean, as all right as anyone can be.
I don't know. Petra. I'm having some I've lost my anchor. I've missed you a lot. I wish I could have talked to you about some stuff that happened in my trip to Baldur's Gate. I found out that like the Hell Riders are based on a lie. All the founders were cowards, dooming their companions to death. Ray and I killed Thaddeus.
Oh.
Like
that's not a joke.
No, he was the one who's responsible for us being down here. So it seemed like the right thing to do at the time. And I don't know. I'm just I don't know who I am anymore. I've spent so much time here. I can't. I walk the streets of Elturel on the way here, and I see these ruined buildings, and I see ghosts of myself. I remember doing school visits. I remember going to market days, and I remember days sitting with you, overlooking the falls, and it just seems so like I don't want that taken away from us, from just because like I don't know, there was some plot and like the companion went dark. Like it's still real, isn't it? I don't know.
I think a lot of it was very real. I never put much stock in Thaddeus, to be honest.
Yeah, you're always the sharper one.
Well, of course.
Remember when you saw that plot twist coming a mile away in that last series we read? Like I had no idea, and you called it from first chapter.
Well, I've been reading for quite some time. No, Calliope, despite any corruption you're speaking of or lies, what you said was real. That moment we had together watching those falls, that has nothing to do with Thaddeus or even the companion. That was just a moment between two friends. I will always have that. I don't think that any of this changes that. I don't think it taints it in any way.
So am I still a Hell Rider? That's what I'm asking. I don't know. I don't expect you to have answers, but it's eating at me.
You have always been you.
Yeah.
The Hell Rider thing is just a title. It doesn't mean anything, really.
Guess maybe I got caught up in it. Like, I don't know. All that fanfare and stuff. Maybe it got to my head, huh?
Yes, I know it can happen. I've seen it many times. Calliope, you are brilliant. I've seen it. And I think your heart is in the right place. I mean, clearly, if you came all the way down here, you didn't even have to.
I mean, if I had seen a way to pull you back up from above, we woulda. And so,
Just me, though,
lacking
right?
that, you know, the rest of the city's good too. But like, I know where my loyalties lie, maybe. I guess I do then, don't I? Check. Ha! Ha!
Well, you had me distracted, so I guess you get this one.
Oh, no, you're still in the game. You can make a comeback. I bet. Oh, wait, that reminds me. Glim had a gem or something. He found it back there. That can wait. That can wait.
Don't let me hold you up. It's fine. Go talk with Glim. You haven't seen him in a while, I assume.
You're just trying to get out of the game. I got you on the ropes.
I think I can still come back from this. And she'll make a move, and one that you did not see or anticipate, and gets right back.
No,
into
I think I will
an
go talk to Glim.
advantageous
Actually,
position.
that sounds nice. Okay,
That's
we'll pick this up another time, huh?
All right. So you scurry away from that game to go and find Glim. Where is Glim? I think Glim is sitting. Yeah, Glim is actually posted up on that main fountain that's kind of towards the entranceway, and you can see he's sort of like looking over that fountain of Torm that's like spilling the water out of the hands, just like very meticulously kind of looking it over and scratching his chin as you approach.
Hey, I meant to say, Glim, I have one of those identify pearls back with Big Dummy. Maybe we could take a look at gesturing at the gem.
Yes, definitely. Let's do that. I can always get back to this. Let's do it. Where do you have it at?
Big Dummy. He was helping.
Perfect.
Where did he get off to? He was.
Yes, I see them now, and we'll say at this point it's like Big Dummy is like coming back with a load of the bodies to like lay out, and kind of stands up and turns towards you, Calliope, as you approach.
Wait, you looking at the fountain? Something interesting there? Just like again scattered. Like
Yeah.
Going back and forth.
It's nothing. We can talk later about it. Let's please. I want to know what this is. I've heard the stories, and if we can bring a gin here, then I mean we'll have to be careful, of course. But that could be really
Gin Gem. Gin Gem.
Gin Gem. Yes, that's you and your names. You always coming up.
No. I didn't make that one up. It was a puppet show in the market.
Okay.
Number of years ago.
Yes, I don't get out
You
as
should
much
get-
as you.
Yeah.
I just don't. But please. Let's find out what this is. So, do you
I'll
have identify?
ritual cast identify?
Got it. Okay. Ritually casting identify on that. So after 10 minutes, you're sitting there kind of propped up against the wall with Glim anxiously, like, still has the chain around his neck, just letting you, like, hold on to it and, like, inspecting it with that You said it's a pearl or a...
Yeah. So it's like a pearl that we like kind of like lenses, kind of like focused light or like arcane energy from the object in question, and like kind of like project like words along the pearl. And then I have another
Cool.
magnifying glass above that where I read the words.
Cool. Awesome. So as you are going over it with carefully inspecting those words, after about 10 minutes, you decipher that this is an elemental gem that allows you to summon an earth elemental. Essentially via the conjure elemental spell. And as you finish that up, Glim is like anxiously just staring at you as you're doing all this, and he kind of like intuitively, like as you're approaching the 10-minute mark, is like, and I feel like it's just about there.
Oh yeah. I know you said that it was the planet Earth, but
Right.
I'm figuring out which one.
Okay. So you're almost there.
Yeah. And is this one-time use or is it repeated? Because those are different things.
It is one-time use.
Oh,
You
dang.
smash the gem and it summons an earth elemental.
Okay. Maybe this might be one of those rainy day situations where it's you're gonna get one shot. One shot. It lasts about a minute. Looks like.
1 minute. So we
Yeah.
get to ask the djinn for a minute. That's it? Huh. That's so strange.
No. Sorry. 1 hour. There we go.
Oh, okay.
1 hour.
That's
Sorry, I missed the decimal point. It's been long. My eyes.
all right. And
Hey,
it is...
Glim, how are we gonna get out of this?
I don't know, honestly. I'm not sure.
Okay.
And I'm sorry. This is... But is it a djinn that we summon? That we can...
Earth elemental, I think. No gin. No dice.
Oh. That's so disappointing. Just an earth elemental? That's it?
Yeah, looks like it.
Do you mind? And he holds up the bracers. I lost everything.
I can see that. Okay, yeah. Let's
Okay.
maybe help. I'll set it up. Why don't you look through this? Help me out here.
Sure.
It's
Yes,
been-
of course. And he'll get up next to you and start
And, like,
going over it.
Calliope will like kind of like set it up and then like sit on Big Dummy and just like start like nodding off.
Incredible.
And then like waking up and like just making adjustments and stuff to like rotate it.
After about 10 minutes, he kind of
Maybe longer than 10 minutes.
Yeah, a little longer than 10, like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, as he keeps having to be like, wait, I'm not used to yours. This isn't quite like mine. He kind of perks up and goes, oh, well, I think I'll be holding on to these. These are bracers of defense. They provide quite a good little buff. So, finders keepers, right?
Oh yeah, I did find them, didn't I?
Well-
I opened that up.
Well, I was there first. I'll tell you what. Takes the necklace off. As cool as this makes me look, you can have this.
You're very kind, Glim.
I know. So you can, if you want, you can add a yellow diamond elemental gem to your
Sure.
inventory.
Neat.
And he will keep those bracers of defense.
Yeah, I don't know that the bracers would be useful for us.
I
No one's-
think it'd be useful for me.
Plus
Bump
2
my
bonus
AC
to
up to.
AC.
It'd bump them up to 20.
Oh, but
Wait,
well, hold on. Plus 2 bonus to AC if you are wearing no armor and using
Oh,
no
never mind.
shield.
Get out of here then.
Yeah, I don't think that's useful for anyone. Unless we could put them on Lulu.
On her tusks.
Oh,
Yeah, on her
that's-
tusks.
That would be cute.
That'd be so cute. You should. While Kadam is taking a nap, Pip is going to ritual cast Magic Mouth on the little dummy that she's crocheting.
Okay. little dummy.
They.
They.
Or
That
Kadam.
appears on
Oh,
Kadam.
yeah, sorry. Yes.
What is? Are you doing this? Like you're doing this? Are you doing this without trying to let Kadam know, or?
I think they'll find out.
Okay.
It's not going to be anything harmful, just a fun little. It's just she's going to have it say, like, little dummy flying smack attack when Calliope sends it into battle.
Okay.
Wait, what's
can
the
you-
phrase?
I whatever you
little
want it to
dummy,
be,
little
honestly.
dummy.
It's your little dummy.
Well,
Flying smack attack.
You want the mouth to say "little dummy flying smack attack" whenever the little dummy makes an attack. Okay.
Yeah.
I would like you to make a sleight of hand check though, because
Yeah,
Kadam
okay.
is actively working on this thing. Oh, you said when they fall asleep.
When
okay.
they're
I would
Yeah, when
I
they
would
fall
at
asleep.
some point get up and go talk to Petra. So there's space to do this.
Okay.
Oh,
perfect.
okay,
Then, okay. If you just leave it kind of like tucked away with your things, then yeah, no problem. Pip, you put this ritual mouth on the little crocheted puppet, and we'll see what happens.
You're muted, Nathan.
Oh no.
Can everybody hear me?
It looks like you're muted on our chat. There you
Can
go.
everybody hear me?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Can ArcF2, can you hear me? Because I think I bumped my mic and my cable is not great. Stream audio is fine. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so you do that, Pip. Calliope, you've done that. Calliope, was there anything else before we break away from you?
I don't think so. Maybe just like kind of like fill Glim in half, like small bits of the story, probably leaving out important things.
Okay, perfect.
But like the basic things, like Fabius being behind it.
Cool. All right. Yeah, Glim is intently listening and I think has to kind of like keep getting you back on track to like get the important details. Kadam, you wanted to do one thing?
Yeah, swing by Petra.
Okay.
I will just squat down next to them after Calliope has gone off to talk to Glim.
Okay. Oh,
Petra.
hello, Kadam, right?
Yeah, that's right. I just wanted to thank you for being Calliope's friend.
You don't have to thank me.
Well, I know I don't have to, but
It is my choice after all.
that's good. That's how it ought to be.
Oh, yes, if I did not want to be Calliope's friend, that would not be happening.
Good. No, but this is the first time I'm seeing love in Calliope's eyes. And she is joyful in a way I have not seen her be before. And I think that is something precious. So, thank you.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, hearing it out loud, it's so obvious, but I never realized it.
It can be helpful to say things out loud every once in a while.
She is very driven. She tends to lose sight of things, I think. because she becomes so focused.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I will head back over to my pack.
Kadam,
Yes.
how are things in Baldur's Gate?
You've been there?
Oh, yes.
Things are in upheaval.
Ah, more than usual.
Much more than usual. I have hopes and dreams, I have desires, I have fears. I don't really know what's going on right now, but when we left, we were seeing rats at Baldur's Gate,
Oh,
and one of the dukes was the target of it.
oh, good. I'm glad to hear it's eventually come to that.
I hope it goes beyond rats.
I hope that it comes out well on the other side.
Me too.
I'll let
hope-
you... Oh,
I hope we were seeing the first of labor pains, as it were.
oh, yes. Yes. I'll let you get back to your rest.
Thank you.
Okay. So, are you all going to essentially bed down for the evening? Okay. All right. So, you all find a spot to rest and post up for the evening and get as good a sleep as you can here in this crypt below High Hall, deep within Avernus. Well, not deep within Avernus. You're actually flying above it, so not that deep. There are periodic moments throughout your sleep where you are kind of jolted awake as the entire place sort of shifts and rumbles with an abrupt jolt of a quake. And as you drift off into sleep, you can hear sort of scattered whimpers and cries throughout this space as people try to comfort each other. And every once in a while, the low rumble of what sounds like thunder far above that sort of shakes the walls. Trying to think here. Kadam,
That's me.
that's you. As you are resting, and you do actually sleep, right? As a half elf?
Yeah, I do.
You do, okay. I know what I want. Okay. Sorry, yeah. Okay. As you are resting, in the darkness of your dreams, you become aware of the fact that you are just sort of floating in darkness, and then start to slowly, almost like an ink blot spreading out before you, see a sort of purple starscape of dust sort of spreading out before you. And you just feel that presence standing by your side.
I rest there.
Okay. You rest and just see kind of a gentle, luminous arm and hand sort of extend out to your right side, sort of gesturing out into this darkened void. And as you turn and look up, you can see a very broad-shouldered, luminous being. The head sort of going up into a almost like chiseled-jawed elk's head with horns that extend outwards as this figure extends their hand out before you.
Oh, hello.
The head sort
I
of
haven't
gently
seen-
turns and looks down towards you, the eyes glittering with a starscape.
I don't think I've met you in this aspect before.
And the head just...
I don't know that I know what an elk looks like.
The head just gently looks... A very large deer.
Oh,
You're saying Kadam doesn't.
Kadam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah.
Kid.
So it looks like a very strange horse with these massive antlers. And the head just... Elk Chad, yes. Sorry. The head just gently looks out in the direction that the hand is extended.
I will follow their gaze.
As you look in that direction, you watch as the luminous hand seems to start to stretch and extend outwards into the purple starscape before you, sort of becoming an organic shape that then plunges down into that starscape below and branches outwards into like a river of light. And as that river snakes, you start to see what almost look like topography starting to rise up out of this almost liquid starscape around these branching, glowing rivers. And one of the hills that kind of rises up out of it, you watch as the sort of purple coloration starts to shift into more of a deep red. And the luminous color of the river starts to shift into more of a black abyssal color. And as that hill rises up, you see what look to be branches sprouting from the top of it. And you see like a series of trees sort of growing up. These trees look odd. They are almost angular and geometric, and they come to very sharp points. Not like a soft, gnarled branch, but like sharp spikes. And you see all of these trees rising up on this hill that kind of goes upwards to the edge of the river and then drops in a steep cliff. And at the top of this hill, one of these angular trees sprouts up taller than the others. And then you just see like these motes of silken light, almost like spider webs, drop down from the branches. And at the ends of each of them is a luminous being just hanging limp, forming a field of these sharpened trees, all dangling with hanged limp bodies of luminous light.
A couple of clarifying questions. Is in Elturel, is the gorge the Keonthar, or was it the Keonthar?
You mean that's on either side of High Hall? Here, let me send us back to the Elturel map so you can point at it and maybe be a little more clear in that way.
Yeah, so is this
right
the Keonthar?
No, the Keonthar would have been directly to the south, like where it drops off there into nothing.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that gorge was just, it was like a topographical feature that the city kind of built itself around.
Okay. So does this match the... No, okay. Is this a place for me to seek out?
You look up in the direction of this elk-headed humanoid, and they're just gently looking off in that direction.
Yeah, I should know better than to ask you direct questions. All right. I'll hold this.
They turn and look down at you. They're looming over you, probably a good 3 feet above your head. And then they kind of get down on their knees to get more eye level with you, and then just gently make eye contact and just look at you.
I will make eye contact back. Thank you for all this. I don't know why me, and I don't know why now, but thank you. You have given me certainty. A deep certainty that does not fade.
They continue to stare. Just see those sort of glinting stars just swirling in the eyes.
I don't know if this is something that is appropriate for me to request, but if you could give Cortea some shadow to hide in, that would be much appreciated.
Make a persuasion roll for me. Oh no, what?
No, I rolled an 18, so that's 26.
The eyes close and the head lowers, and they kind of lean towards you.
Well, go for it.
The elk head makes contact with your head, and you kind of feel a warmth run through your body. When you open your eyes, the figure is gone, and you see the low-lit crypt wall above. As you all get a long rest.
Gods all be praised.
Pip has taken no damage.
Really?
I don't think that she's even like, she's like, do satyrs even need to sleep? Yeah, okay. It's only elves. It's not all fae.
Incredible.
Hashtag.
Hashtag not all fae.
Not all fae. So, you all get a long rest.
Yes.
And I need to mark off some stuff on my calendar.
I just looked it up. We were expecting to be able to get Rhea a replicate magic item. You can't make multiple copies of the same infusion, unfortunately. So, hey Valor, do you have a magic item?
No. Okay. Oh, I wonder if there's a way I could show this to chat, because I'm doing my upkeep of my calendar, and I just think it's, I don't know, maybe it's not that interesting, but
I'm interested.
I know, right? And then you're gonna, sure.
Is it my birthday yet?
Is it your birthday? It is. No, because when wait, I have your birthday, I think, written on here. I thought I did. What month was your birthday in?
16 Eliant.
Oh, Eliant. Oh, so that was a. Oh, Eliant.
September.
Oh, no. It's coming up. Yeah. Okay. No, it is not your birthday yet. But I will show chat. So this is my calendar, and I'm trying my best to keep track of time here, but time is weird in Avernus, at least the way I'm running it. So I'm not going to say anything super explicit here, but this little number here is how many days Elturel's been in Avernus, and this is where we're at now. And they left for Avernus on this day, so yeah. So anyways, it's
You mean day? It was only 8 hours, Nathan.
It was only 8 hours ago. Yeah. So anyways, fun times. I don't know if that makes sense to chat at all, but oh, you know what is crazy though? We're not quite there, but we're almost to the date that Lovelace goes back to Baldur's Gate and drops the letter off for Kadam. So
I'm sure we'll be back in time.
I'm sure. All right. So you wake up, you all get a long rest. What are you doing? What are y'all doing?
Great question. We convene.
Pip has been up almost all night, altering between playing like soothing pan flute music for people and making potions.
Okay.
And I made 2 potions of flight using experimental elixir.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
That very well may be extremely handy.
That is awesome.
And then she also goes up to Glim and just like has Gilder mend his clothes.
Yeah, Glim, as Gilder's mending his clothes, Glim is like, oh, thank you. This is incredible. That's remarkable. Is that a coin?
Indeed, it is. He's powered by a little chrysoberyl crystal and a few drops of this potion here.
Oh, fascinating. Yeah, we kind of do it a little different around here, or we did until everything, went to shit. But that's fascinating. So you're using more like alchemy to kind of get the powering juices through and all that, huh?
Juices, indeed.
I miss all my shit.
You just gotta go out and get new stuff. You've already made quite a start on your collection already, looking at the bracers.
Yeah, it's just, it's not the same, but yeah, thanks. Yeah. I'll, yeah, I'm getting there. If I can just...
If I find anything nice, I'll send it your way. And your clothes are quite nice, too.
Thanks, yeah. There used to be some pretty good shops around here. Get these nice clothes all tailored and, but all that's gone now. Where are you from?
Well, we don't need to talk about me.
Are you going somewhere?
Well, I'm sort of stuck here in
Right.
Elturel.
So, what? I mean, how bad could it be? We're in hell. And based on what Calliope told me, it's like, you know, I guess this is where I'm going. Even if I get out of here and then I die, then I'm coming back. All of us here are. Well, I guess you're not from Elturel, so hey, bright side for you.
I might want to stay in Elturel.
You in Elturel in hell? Helturel?
In Helturel.
Right, hey, we got there at the same time. Did you see that? That was amazing. It was like boom, 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 and we both. Hey, can I see your gun?
Absolutely. Pulls it out, starts showing all the specs, and like the little Calliope gave me this little continual flame attachment. Or is that still on Gilder?
So he starts looking it over and like very closely inspecting it, and he's kind of like starts scratching his head. Okay. You didn't make this, did you?
No, but I've made modifications. Look, I'm not.
Because I'm seeing here like very, very tiny embedded down here along the barrel as it runs along. You know what? Actually, I wonder. Hold on. You got a knife or something?
She pulls out like a kind of sharpened piece of metal. Like, I have this.
All right. I really hate doing this, but
you better not hurt my gun.
He pokes his thumb and kind of winces, and a little blood starts to well out, and he goes, "Ah."
Oh yeah, you can do that to yourself. That's fine.
All right, here, take this back. All right, here, watch. And he kind of drips the blood along the barrel, and you just watch as it gets kind of like sucked in. And it reveals, you notice that the way the blood sucks in, there's just this tiny inscription in Infernal that runs all along the barrel, like the tiniest little inscription. He goes, yeah, I mean, I figured...
Could you do this the whole time?
Well, what does that say? I'm not entirely certain. I mean, I can read it, but you know how
these... has been bathed in blood. How have I not seen this?
I mean, I don't know. Have you ever, felt weird or seen it react when you've... I'm assuming you've killed people with it?
Okay, well, I close my eyes. I don't want to see it. It's icky.
Well, okay, sorry. Let's go back a little bit.
I don't want that on my conscience. If I don't see it, it doesn't exist.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So... interesting.
Wait, but to tell me about the Infernal. I want to know what it says. We can psychoanalyze that later.
Right, so I don't entirely know, but it does... I think that anytime the gun takes someone's life, the soul goes somewhere. I don't know where. But the gun is taking the soul somewhere. So... that's kind of what I got from that. I just don't, it doesn't really say where, or I'm not entirely certain, if it's going in the gun or somewhere else. But, yeah. So, anyways, I figured you probably didn't make this. That shit doesn't seem like the work of an alchemist. No offense.
None taken.
Do you know Infernal?
Look, I've been taking lessons, okay? I can read. Okay. I know the word for soul. I can see that on there.
Really? Okay. Where did you get this, huh?
Where did you get your gun?
My gun. I mean, you heard Calliope. I had to make something while I was down here. I took some parts from one of the dragoons, and but Calliope was... She found some stuff on it, made it a little better, I guess, whatever. But, yeah. Cool. Well, okay, you don't have to tell me. That's fine. That's totally cool. Gun is still cool, though.
Got it from a night hag.
Really? Okay. Fun. That's... okay.
What's happening with these souls? Does that give you context?
No, Well,
Like, am I going to be haunted? Am I haunted right now?
No,
Is
no.
that the voices I'm hearing?
No. Okay, maybe. But if you got this from a night hag, I think I know where the souls are going. How much do you know about night hags?
I know that they can be really annoying.
Yep, that's right. Well, they're probably going to her, I would think. So.
My God, I really hope I haven't been helping her with anything.
Hard to, you probably, yeah. Definitely have. Yeah.
Oh, fuck's sake.
See, anyways, cool stuff.
Hey, okay, well, since you seem to be the night hag expert here, do you know anything about this? And Pip sort of pulls up her arm and shows the sigil that's carved into it.
Wow, okay. Sorry, remind me again, what was this sigil again? This was the...
It's the first thing that happened after making the pact when she tried lying for the first time.
Right. Okay. Okay, interesting. May I? And he kind of goes to grab your arm.
Oh.
He'll
absolutely
gently pull your arm up and get really close.
I was hoping this would happen under different circumstances, but by all means.
All right, I will file that away for later. Okay, interesting. Wow, so he kind of starts looking you over. Have your eyes always been like that?
I really, really want to say I was born this way. But
what about the, I know you're a tiefling? Horns, eyes.
You think I could pass for one?
I mean,
I've been thinking
you're
about
not
it.
a
I've been
tiefling?
thinking about floating a tiefling persona.
Well, okay, so you're human. Got it. Well, it looks like what happened here, you got the gun from the night hag. I'm assuming there was some kind of deal involved, and it seems like if you do something wrong based on this sigil here, it's kind of like a, hey, maybe don't do that. And if you do it, it's gonna cause some things to happen. So that's probably
So am I turning into a tiefling? Is that what's happening?
I guess so. I mean, I thought you were a tiefling. I mean, I haven't really met anyone else with those features other than tieflings, so I don't know. Hey, just saying. Unless that's a really good illusion, but
My illusions are quite good, but not this good. I mean, you can touch that. You can touch that.
He'll reach out and touch the horns. Yeah, okay, those are real. Yeah, so I think what's going on is you're doing something within your life at some point. I don't know what it is, but it seems like when you do that thing, that she kind of is, I don't know, changing you slowly whenever you do that thing.
I mean, clearly I already knew that. But thank you for, teaching me about this weird blood thing that my gun does.
Yeah, sure. No problem. Hey, so do you want to now do the arm thing not in a weird and an inspecting way, and we can just, like, get to know each other not in this type of way? Different
Actually, I kind of think it was more fun just chasing you.
Yeah, that was really bad, honestly. Yeah. That was a bad pass. I feel bad about it. Yeah, let's do this later. I want.
We're kind of surrounded by dead bodies, actually.
Yeah.
And
no,
Kadam made it really weird. I have these associations now, and I don't really like it.
He just walks away. He just scuttles away. All right, so that was Pip and Glim. Spit take. So, it is morning, and there's 5 minutes left of the show. But I'll open it up to y'all. You wake up and you gather up with each other. You can do what you want.
All right. What are our next moves? We could try and
Okay, I have a
find.
couple ideas about this. Okay, so the possible avenues that I see are we could go and inspect the companion. There might still be some like equipment that we used to use to go up there and inspect it, study it, take a little bit of its power. It's the thing that's powering these crystals, the dummies and stuff.
Oh, speaking of dummies, Calliope, I will hand over the little dummy that I crocheted last night. It's a
Dumb. You're incredible.
green and blue or green and purple striped soft doll.
A lot of people take this like little amber like crystal, kind of like breathe on it, like give it like a little spit and like rub it on her clothes and just like jam it in like the head of this dummy. And it animates. That's all it takes to make an infusion.
Amazing. So yeah, as it slips under the crocheted form and you kind of jam it in there, the fabric sort of cushions it in, and then suddenly it
That's beautiful work there, Kidam.
comes to life.
I didn't know that. You're an artist.
And this little puppet is just kind of looking around at all of you.
Wow, glad to have you back with us, little dummy. How much of your memories you got this time? Glad to hear it. You'll pick it up. You're a quick study. Or at least you used to be. Hopefully you still are.
Amazing. You do see Glim just watching this, and it's just like wide-eyed, kind of fascinated.
So anyway, as I was saying, we could go up, inspect the companion. There might still be some equipment that we used to go up and like activate the scar crystals. We could go and inspect the spikes that are anchoring the city along the edges. See if there's any way to like just pop them out. We could go and see what that helmet nonsense is about. Yeah. Any ideas? That's what I got. Also, we could go like pick up survivors. Oh, we could also try to like lure that nightmare thingy up in the sky like into like some sort of trap, just so we can move around a little bit more freely.
I don't want to mess with the nightmare thing right now until we have an actual trap in mind.
Any ideas?
No. It's scary. I don't like it. I haven't even thought about it.
Okay. We'll put a pin in that one, perhaps. There's like other defenses. You saw the one on the bridge that Elturel has. We might be able to find some kind of corner there. Speaking of which, Glenn, you saw that lady in the entranceway. Like, she was all preserved and stuff. You know anything about that?
Oh, yeah, it's some sort of folktale. I don't know, some kind of divine.
Could it possibly like be one of those lost guardians that will awaken in Elturel's like greatest time of needs kind of situations?
I think that would have already happened, but
yeah, maybe she's just like waiting for her cue or something. Maybe she's like a little stage fright. I don't know.
Sure, I'm not really religious. I don't know any prayers really, so
Is her sword magical?
I would assume so. When I noticed that when I came down here, but I don't have much use for a big ass fucking greatsword, so. But
I'll look over it. Valor and Rhea.
they're both of them leaning at crossed arms, either side of a pillar. Don't even realize that they're doing the same pose. Looking at you. Valor kind of like gives a scowling smirk, and Rhea just sort of gives kind of a softer, more like contemplative expression of like, yeah.
We should probably ask Faria about actually taking it. It might be demoralizing if we do. But
Well, even it'll be fine.
no, Calliope, it might not.
Okay,
But I think it's worth inquiring about.
great.
So I just want to reiterate our ultimate goal is to get Elturel back to the surface, yes?
Yeah. Oh, of course. The if we could find the final copy, or I don't think it's this thing holding up the or I guess pointing at, because I guess you ended up with the Creed Resolute.
Oh,
I'm
I
not
probably gave
convinced
that back to Faria.
Oh, that doesn't seem like an infernal contract. I'm not getting power vibes off that.
I might like to ask if we can take it with us, though. I don't think it would hurt to destroy it.
Sure.
But yeah, I think I would love to find Raven Garden Light Ward. I'm interested in what the helm is. I agree that if we could somehow dislodge all of the spikes, that would probably be helpful. I have no idea how we would do that, though.
Well, the first step is always getting more information. And we can do that by looking. And I think one of the spikes was in the direction of the cemetery, if I'm not mistaken.
That's true, if I remember correctly.
Well, great. Let's just go from the crypt to the cemetery.
This is the cemetery, Nathan? Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's the cemetery, yeah.
Oh, I completely have
just
the wrong
beyond
one in
it.
mind. But there's lots of spikes, so that also works.
It would be good if we got these folks to somewhere safe and sustainable.
I don't think there's a better place in all of Elturel for them right now besides here. They got water, they got safety. We locked the door behind us.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, do we want to talk to Vitusa? Maybe see if we can't get some kind of help, question mark, from them? And maybe... I'm not remembering the name right now. Tiamat.
I like that. Good angle. Let's add that to the whiteboard over here. Big dummy, turn around. Just start scribbling on the side.
A little I think I imagine a little chalkboard kind of pops out and falls
It's
down to the side.
ka-chunk. It's like a floppy disk or something.
Yeah. All right, as I think that's a good stopping point as Calliope starts scribbling all of these ideas down on the chalkboard. This kind of somber space. There's now that distinctive screeching sound of chalk on the chalkboard and chatter as there's a sudden excitement in the air as you all start to plan and figure out what to do next. And I think we're going to end there. Thanks everybody for joining us this evening. Thank you, ArcF2. This was fun. It was nice just to see all role play and have some good conversations. That was great.
That rolled.
Yes. I think that's it. Anything else?
Your roleplay of Glenn is the best. It's so good.
Good.
What a great guy.
Oh my god. Good. I'm glad you liked it. All right. I think that's it. Good night.
Yeah.
Good night.